be showing you some basic skills and apparatus difficulties with the hoop. So let's go!
So we are going to start off with some basic rotations of the hoop. So place the hoop between your thumb and index finger before swinging it forwards to gain momentum and help it rotate. Then you're going to switch hands and repeat the same thing but on the other hand. Then once you've mastered that, try some variations, such as rotations on the elbow or with an extended arm. Next, we are going to do a simple axis flick, so start by just practicing the wrist movement, which is essentially just a spiral of your hand. And once you feel comfortable, grab your hoop and try to flick the hoop as shown. Then let go of the hoop and practice the wrist movement but on the other hand, before attempting it on the other hand. Next is just a half flick, so without the hoop you're basically pointing your wrists down, then quickly flicking them back up. With the hoop, make sure you're flicking your arms in a sharp motion to enable the hoop to complete a half rotation before you catch it. Next, we are just going to reverse the motion, so instead of flicking your arms upwards, you'll be flicking them up and over. When doing this with the hoop, it should look something like this. The next difficulty is a bit of a progression, so we are going to start off with something similar to the flicks we just did, but instead of flicking your wrist upwards, just lift your arms up straight. When you're doing this with the hoop, make sure the hoop flies up perpendicular to the ground. When you've mastered that, the next step is to throw the hoop and allow it to land so that your body is inside of it, and grab it with your arms behind your back. And once you feel confident in that, the goal is to throw it up, then catch and skip through the hoop as shown. So the next thing you are going to do is a simple release. So place the hoop on your neck using one arm before allowing it to roll down your body and catching it with the other hand, which is to be positioned behind your back. Then repeat the same thing, but on the other side. Next is just a roll across the arms, so you are going to hold the hoop in one hand, then flick it up so it can roll across your arms. Make sure that you lean back so the hoop can travel smoothly across. Try this on both arms. And once you can do that, try to roll your hoop across your back. Next is another rotation, so spin the hoop on your neck before bringing your arm in and transferring the hoop upwards. Next is a simple flick, so what you need to do is flick the hoop over your hand before catching it. It's important that you do it fast so that you are able to gain enough momentum to complete the movement. So the next thing we are going to do is a heart flip, but instead of catching it, you're going to bounce it off your knee onto the ground before trapping it with your foot. Next is just a simple axis spin, but instead of spinning it on your arm, what you're going to do is flick the hoop onto your leg before allowing it to complete a revolution, then stepping forward to prevent it from dropping on the floor. Next, what you're going to do is a small throw up of the hoop before stepping forward and catching the hoop with your back leg. Make sure you don't throw the hoop too high so you can catch it easily. So next you're going to do a simple oblique throw. This is where the hoop flies perpendicular to the ground but on an angle, and once you have mastered that, you are going to catch it behind your back as shown. So the last thing we are going to do is a small throw up, and once the hoop is in the air, you're going to do a cat leap movement with the hoop bouncing off the backs of your legs and back into the air, allowing you to catch it.
Thank you for watching this week's video. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe to our channel.